Hey guys, and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7, where this week we've gone over to Autopolis for Daily Race C in the Group 2 cars. Now, I'm super excited about this because we're taken to a track where overtaking is easy. It's a proper racing track, there's no mountain to climb, no bathurst, no walls. I think I've messed up there. We're at Autopolis. This is a track where dirty air in the Group 2 car is not your best friend. And as you can see, going into turn 1, we've already got someone that's going into the kitty litter. It's the Dutch guy, and that's probably not the worst thing that can happen. Bear with me and I'll explain why it's not the worst thing that could happen. But I'll tell you what could happen is you could help the channel out by clicking that subscribe button. If you hit the like button as well, that does help with Mr. YouTube and his algorithm. And I'll tell you what he does love. He loves you if you could just drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think of Autopolis. Is this the worst start to the year that Polyphony has given us? As we go into here, we've got a nice little run on this guy over here. He's going to try and find a little gap that doesn't quite exist. We survive. And we hit the apex. So we're quite good on the apex. And as we power out, hello Mr. Barrier. Nice to meet you. Happy Wednesday. And we rejoin the track. We have a bit of a dodgy rejoin, and Eddie decides to go past us. Well, he doesn't decide, we've got no choice. But as we go further into the lap, someone's already had a spin, and we've gone from P15 in the first lap, a few overtakes, and we're still P15. Now, dirty air is going to be a big problem. As you can see here, I'm getting a bit of understeer. It's causing a lot of understeer, but we gain another freebie. And as we go into turn 1 again, look at this. It's carnage. 2 cars are going out. We've gained 3 positions. Someone's got a penalty. We're up to P10. P10. And he tries to knock us off. But we survive. Now, one thing I have done, if you look at the bottom of the screen, I've turned on that counter steer. I'm not ashamed to say I've used counter steer assistance. Now, we now sit into P10 behind yellow from the egg. Now, why they haven't just said egg yolk, I don't know. But I know where they're going. But where we're not going is any closer because the understeer is just causing a load of trouble. But they're fighting, and as they fight away, we're just going to take the opportunity to just get a little bit closer in the braking zone. And we can see someone with a penalty, so that's another position that we're likely to get. But more importantly, people behind have also got penalties, and that's going to give us a bit of breathing space. So we're now up to P9, there's a bit of contact up ahead, and we just need to take advantage of all those issues people are going to have. The main thing I found here is if you can keep clean and get some clean air and some good empty bit of track, it's going to do you a whole world of good. And with them fighting, we can just get right up to the guy in front. Now, that is the easy part this week. When you've got clean air, you can make up a lot of time. So if someone's 4 seconds ahead of you, it's going to be easy to close. But as you can see here, we've not made a lot of leeway. But what we have done is we've tried to get a good exit, but yellow from the egg has just closed that gap on us. Not dirty driving or anything, I don't think, but he has closed the gap. And as we've gone in here, we've made a bit of a lunge. We've gone side by side. We've given just about enough space because we have to try and make a move. We have to find an opportunity. And here we've made another one. Personally, I think I'm entitled to make that lunge. He should have been aware I was there. And they have decided to turn. Probably 50-50, maybe a race that's maybe my fault. I'll let you guys decide. Do drop a comment. And as we go into lap 4, we're already going to go into P7. So we've had a good round out of turn 1. We're going purple and we're ready into P7. But we're still stuck behind yellow from the egg. Egg yolk just seems to be staying in front of us. We try another lunge here, and this one is my fault. So all we got to do really is I've just got back out. I can't keep that position, and I've got to try and find a way through. But as you can see, the dirty air just is not letting me get close enough. As we go into the hairpin, we're still going best on our personal time. Get a good exit, and we're just going to still sit behind them. There's just no way through past this guy. Now I'm getting a bit frustrated at this point because I know I can be quicker. I know I can get the guys in front, and I take my eye off the ball. And we've gone from a good position to spinning. Now, I think it was Slipstream that said this the other day on my live stream that I'm a bit of a grass magnet, and he probably is right. This just a force that just took over the car there and just took me into the grass. But we've got to make the grounds. We're P12, P11 now, and we've got to try and get back into some sort of position to just claw into a nice spot. Now we're going purple again, so first sector I found is probably my strongest point. I seem to go purple quite often in every race that I do. The rest of the lap, on the other hand, is a bit of an issue. Now, lap 5, we've caught up with yellow from the egg. So even though we've had a spin, we've managed to catch up already, and they're going to take the opportunity to go in. I have started on the mediums on this one, and my logic behind that is I need to stay out as long as possible. Now, I don't mind falling back, but I need to stay out as long as possible so that I can get a bit of clean air. And people are going in about lap 4, lap 5, 6-ish maybe on the softs, so doing that little gap. And I know if I can stay up that extra couple of laps, I'm going to make up a lot of time. And as you can see here, I'm going to dive in on this occasion because there's cars up in front, and if I stay out at this point, even though I am probably going to suffer with the tyres at the end, if I stay out, I'm going to catch those cars, and all I'm going to do is sit behind them. And I figured if I go in, I get the soft tyres on, I'm going to have probably 2 or 3 laps where I can just go for it, completely flat out, try and get as fast a lap as I can, and try and catch up. So we've got the softs on, we're P9 on lap 7. And as you can see, we're starting to catch the guys up in front. We've made some good ground, and the guy up in front, they're already serving the penalty, so that's another position, and we're now P8. And the leaders still have to go, so the leaders are stopping now. So they've started on the soft, and by the time we get to this pit stop area, we're going to P7. The Italian kind of scares me a little bit. I give him a little bit of space. Do go into the back of them. I was attempting a little switcheroo, so it got a little bit wrong, but I think that's a bit of a racing incident. And we're into P6. Now, the French guys now stopped in the medium, so these guys are now stopped. They've probably gone a little bit longer. They've probably sat in a load of traffic. And I'm going to power out of this corner and just see where we end up. Now, it looks like we've done enough to clear that whole field and go up into P3. Now this is the beauty of clean air, getting a lot of empty track and just going for it. Now we're going to zoom forward here because these next 2 laps were absolutely incredible. They felt great. As you can see here, the first one we went personal best, and as we go to the next lap, everything's just going right. And as we cross the line, we're going to hit the fastest lap of the race by about 4/10. As we do it, someone completely smashes it. So me going from being the fastest guy on the track for a few seconds really, has now put me in the back foot where I know I'm catching guys in front, but the guy behind me on the last lap is within half a second virtually. And as much as I've complained about the dirty air throughout the race, it's going to work out in my advantage because I know that as long as I can hit those apexes, keep tight to the corner, I'm going to be okay. So all I'm trying to do here is forget about the guy up in front, because if I catch them, I catch them. But at this corner here, I need to just hug this corner and try and just be clean, not make any mistakes. And there's not going to be much of an opportunity. They've had a look in there, and as we go through, the dirty air is caused them to have a bit of an issue. So that's given me a bit of breathing space. And going into the hairpin, I know I just need to hit that braking point. I go a bit wide, but I've managed to just about pull it back enough to get a nice little run. And the guy in front is getting a little bit closer. So at this point I'm thinking a little mistake from them in front, from Kev, might just give me a bit of a chance. And I just need to worry about the guy behind. That's my main concern, but if I sniff an opportunity, I'll take it. But going to the end of the lap, end of the race, I think I've got enough for that position. It's safe. We've gone from P15 to P3, so it's doable. At Autopolis, you can go from the back to the front, believe it or not. Polyphony really do need to sort out these dirty air, especially in the Group 2s and the Group 3 cars, and we're not even going to go into Group 1s. But from my point of view, that was a good race. So why don't you celebrate with me here as you see our avatar on the podium. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on the notifications, and drop a comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.